And a hearty good morning to everybody out there. I guess technically it's afternoon. Thank you for joining us here. Twin brothers from different mothers coming to you live from Portnoy Gallery here in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. I am Neil Port. No, I do that every
you're
week.
not. You do
That's
that every
Neil.
week.
I'm Aaron. The pictures behind me always mess me up. When I sit in front of you, I think I'm you and vice versa. Anyway, thank you for joining us. Neil and I are here today. This is the last show of March, isn't it? This is the end of the first quarter.
Is that what they call the Ides of March? Or is that something else?
I guess I did something like that.
I don't know.
Sounded good.
All I do is draw.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, we welcome you to joining us today. We got a great show today. We actually have a studio audience here today, which is really, really cool. Let's make some noise so people know I'm not lying. There you go. Greatly appreciated. You'll get your money on the way out for that. But anyway, and then our guest today, if you ever wanted to know something about social media and were afraid to ask and how to take advantage of it, our guest today will share their knowledge with us. Mr. Jeff Keach will be with us, and Noel Casimiro will be here with us in a couple of minutes.
Once we want everybody. Is that Italian? Because it ends in a vowel.
It does. Well, it could also be Irish, but I do know something about his first name. Do you want to take a guess as to why he was named Noel? Noel?
He was born in Christmas.
Man, I can't slip anything by you.
Brilliant.
There you go. And you didn't even study for the test, which is even better.
No notes today again.
So these guys will be on here with us here in a few minutes. And as always, we always like to start off our show with going over some news from the week. Most importantly, Mr. Portnoy, Mr. Baseball.
Baseball season, baby.
Opening day opened up on Thursday. Doesn't baseball, when a new season starts, sort of make you feel like spring? What is the old saying?
Well, it's boys.
Spring hopes you eternal, or something like that.
It's boys of summer.
That's right.
It's time to get into the seasons that I stayed in New England for, but now I have this year round.
Yeah, out here we certainly do.
And we've got a AAA ballpark opening up next week or the week after with the
affiliation to the Oakland Athletics.
Yeah, the Aviators.
Yes, who you still hate their logo.
I don't like their logo.
But you know the guy who runs the Aviators. Why didn't you call him and say, hey, we need to change it?
That and 25 cents won't buy me anything anymore.
Exactly. So baseball is starting, and of course, hello, Ron. Hello, Dorothy. We see you guys out there. Thank you for everybody watching already, man. Nancy Meta's out there. How are you, dear? I'll tell you what, the chat room is
I need cartridges.
I
got to come see you. I need cartridges.
Did you reshare your feed? Reshare it, Mr. Social Media. Come on now. Jeez, our guest who's in social media doesn't know about resharing videos on Facebook. Who's teaching this guy something here, Mr. Neal? Anyway, in conjunction with baseball, we are in mid-tournament for the NCAA championship.
How's your bracket doing?
I didn't even fill one out because I knew I would bust right away. I mean, anybody who had North Carolina.
I had 14 of the Sweet 16 teams. And I lost Michigan.
Right.
I lost North Carolina.
Right, last night.
And I lost Tennessee.
Well, there you go.
So other than that, I'm doing great, I guess.
That's why I don't even bother filling out a bracket for fun. Because first round, first day, you can just lose it. But now we're down to, they're playing now into the Elite Eight now, I believe is the round that they're in.
One more game, I guess.
One more game.
Gonzaga's in. Who's the final? Oh, Kentucky.
Right. They won yesterday.
So it's Kentucky against Auburn.
That should be a good game.
And Auburn's star player has a leg injury suffered in the North Carolina game. And they don't know how severe it is, but I mean, he's the team. So, I mean, they're going in, never mind as an underdog to Kentucky, the young guns from Kentucky, but you're going in without your star player. It's going to be tough for Auburn.
Absolutely.
Although Charles Barkley is in heaven right now because he, Auburn grad.
That's right. Well, it's just unbelievable, as Charles would say. All right, so we got the tournament going on, baseball starting up. I saw this piece in news, and really for us East Coasters, I don't know if you saw it on MSN. Are you familiar with the bridge that connects New Jersey to Staten Island called the Verrazano Narrows Bridge?
I know the name. I've never been on it.
They are raising the toll fee. Did you see this in the news? To $19. And they only charge you one way, fortunately, from the Jersey side into Staten Island.
But if you got to do it every day, 5 days a week,
that's
$100 a week.
It's $100 just for tolls. But going up to $19. And I read the article. I reshared it on my Facebook today so you guys can pick it up. It doesn't explain even why they're having to increase it. I remember growing up, it used to be $2 across the bridge, right? That now $15, $17. Now it's $19 starting tomorrow.
Listen. There's nothing to worry about because Christie's going to close the bridge or cause a traffic jam.
That's right. Well, Christie's not governor anymore, is he? He's not governor anymore.
Yeah, but he'll still do it. He knows people.
Yeah,
That's how he got in trouble. He knows the people.
That's right. Could you imagine if he had become, if he had gone on to be president? I don't want to get political, but he was running for president. Didn't he run for the primaries and trying to get in there? Oh, boy. Last but not least, we love new things happening in Las Vegas. I don't know if you saw this or not, Mr. Neal, but a restaurant that is very famous in Hawaii called Zippy's. I don't know anything about it. It's apparently a very hot spot in Hawaii.
What do they serve?
Well, it's a Hawaiian restaurant, so I'm presuming that the cuisine...
Don't presume anything, but go ahead.
There could be a lot of spam on there. I mean, they've been in Hawaii for 50 years, so... Well, apparently they have signed a deal on some land down in the southwest part of the valley, down at Bedura Avenue in Montessori.
I have no idea where that is.
You know where the innovative building is, like the Decatur?
Yeah.
That's in that general area.
Oh,
down that way.
Well, they've got the office buildings to
exactly. And UFC is right down in that way, the big UFC building.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So listen to the size of what they've got laid out: a 7,000 square foot restaurant, takeout, and bakery. They're going to provide bakery for retail.
Interesting.
And they have another 12,000 square foot of space to open up a central bakery kitchen because they're planning on future expansion here in Vegas.
Well, did you hear about the Neonopolis? I guess that's the way you say it, down on Fremont Street, that somebody had purchased the top floor and they're doing a nightclub, recording studios, all small areas to large areas, venues for entertainment. Because I was talking to Clint Holmes about it, and that is a possible outlet to duplicate the Portnoy Wall of Honor of all the entertainers in the city. So that's in the works right now.
Right on.
With a zillion other things.
Right on. Well, there you go. So we may not upgrade, but extend to Neonopolis.
Yeah, you may be on the wall of another place.
As long as my phone number's not up.
I'll take it off.
Anything of note that you came across this week, sir? That you want to care to share or not care to share?
Well, the weather is changing. We're in the 70s now, which is good.
Yes, we almost hit 80 the other day.
Yeah, it's, hey, look, every day you get up in Las Vegas, you feel like you're on vacation. I don't care what season it is. When you come from the East Coast and your worst nightmare in Las Vegas is the wind.
And rain. But when it rains here, though, it does rain flooding-wise for about 2 minutes, and then it stops.
I saw the pictures, but I'm not near any of the flooding, so it doesn't bother me.
That's true. We're not. We're traditionally not. Yeah. By the way, if I start squinting a little bit or whatnot,
how'd that operation go?
I had a cyst removed from my left eyelid. So fortunately, because
how many pounds did you lose when you took it off?
About 20.
Because you keep losing pounds. I know. It's unbelievable what you lose pounds.
It's absolutely crazy. So fortunately it's in the crease of my left eye.
How much did John Bobbitt lose when?
I don't need. He probably lost more inches than he did weight.
Oh, good read.
So if you're anyway, but I'm pumped.
Yeah, Diane's teaching me signing, and I guess this means. Take it from what.
Well, it can mean this too. I've seen a lot of people do this. Mean that.
Yeah. There's a joke that goes with that.
I know. I know. No, there's so much I'd like to say. Even though we are on the internet, we're not regulated. We could really say anything we want to. But our show.
We just did.
We intimated. We didn't directly say. We intimated.
I like getting intimated.
Intimated.
Yeah.
That's how you have children, right? You get intimated.
I got intimated a couple times.
Right, there you go. How do we do this? I have no idea. I had a point out. Oh, so the eye. So fortunately, it's in the crease of my. He always does this to me. So it's in the crease of my eye. So unless I close my eye, you really can't see anything because it's up in there.
Close your eye. Let me say. Well, you can see it, but yes. I mean, yeah. Now you can really see it. Yeah. Don't close your eye again.
Don't close my eye.
Yeah, don't do it.
So I'll tell you what. They did it in like 10 minutes. It was an outpatient thing.
Did they put you out, or did they numb the eye? What do they do? What do they do? So you felt it?
They gave me a local. I laid on. It was a regular surgical room.
Yeah.
And by the way, kudos to Alta Rose Surgery Center. They were terrific. Plug. So I get into the bed. First of all, they give me a Valium pill to put under my tongue before you go in because I want you to relax.
10 milligram. 10 mil.
I don't know if it was 10 mil or 100 mil. All I know is it really didn't work until after I got off the surgery bed, which was kind of weird. So they lay it down. Then they put that sheet over your head, just where the eye just pokes out, and there's like adhesive that sticks in place so it doesn't move while the doc's doing his thing.
Nice.
So I'm laying there. I was like a reverse pirate because my eye was sticking out rather than it just being covered. And I was hoping that they would use that cold spray that to at least no.
Nothing. So you felt it.
Mm-hmm. 5 of them. So I'm laying on the bed, and this is my eyelid. So I'm laying on the bed. My right hand had the PICC line in which they never did anything with. They didn't put anything, thank God, no IVs or anything. But my left hand was free and clear and was laying on the bed. And as he hit the first one, I asked for a stress ball. so that I could squeeze the ball because I knew what was coming next. I said, if you can't get me a stress ball, get me a roll of gauze, something. Because I have noted I destroy stress balls. One time I went to the dentist for a root canal.
Yeah.
They gave me a stress ball. I broke it sitting in the chair just squeezing it.
Wow.
Okay. So maybe he was hiding all the stress balls to protect them. I don't know. All of a sudden, my hand was clutching onto the bed. Shots 2, 3, and 4, and the fit all came.
But did that numb you at least?
Oh, it numbed me. Once I was numb, he started slicing and dicing, and plus he took a couple of skin tags off. He looks at me and he says, "Would you like me to remove the skin tags with it?" I said, "Hey, Doc, I'm here for a 2-for-1. Get rid of the whole flipping thing."
Yeah, really.
If I only had the courage, I'd have said to beam up this one and take all the tags off of that, but I don't want to go through that a second time. So I was done in like 10, 15 minutes. You know, the cauterization has got to be the worst smell in medical.
What's the recovery time now? I mean, when's it going to heal and not look as ugly as it does now?
I can't work out for at least a week until I see him on Wednesday. I can't when I came in with the equipment today, that's the heaviest thing I've lifted in 2 days, and I'm supposed to not lift anything over 10 pounds. But no workouts. I can go to work as long as I'm careful. They had me prepared for eye patches and the glasses. And
you could have been Moshe Dayan too.
No, listen, I could have been anything I want. I could have been Stevie Wonder.
You know, I told you the joke. Remember Stevie? He went to the NASCAR race.
Yes.
He's in the booth. Stevie Wonder's in the booth at a NASCAR race. And he looks at the announcer and says, "You know, I could do this." The announcer says, "Stevie, you're blind." "Really?" He says, "Look, all you got to do is keep turning left."
That's right. That's right. By the way, I want to welcome everybody into the chat room today. We are just busy as could be. Jesse Owens. Look, we even have Jesse Owens watching us.
Is he still alive?
From beyond. Patricia's out there. Ivy's out there. Dorothy's out there. Arlene is out there. And just, it's great. The chat room is filled up. So we're delighted that you guys have taken a few minutes to be with us today. Okay. So at this point, let us bring up our guests if you are ready, sir.
I'm ready.
Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? You guys ready? Come on. All right, come on up, guys. We're going to welcome you to the show. Jeff Keach and Noel. Why did I just blow his last name? I just went blank. Noel Casimiro. There it is. Come on up, guys. Welcome to Twin Brothers from Different Mothers. Your mics are live, so please feel free to grab one. And, of course, the basic instruction, just hold it up to your mouth like a lollipop. Just don't put it in your mouth.
We tell that to every single guest, and even though we tell them in the beginning to put the microphone up to their mouth, they never do.
No, I'm always hand gesturing or reaching out to them. So welcome to the show, guys.
Well, thank you. Thank you very
pleasure.
much.
Yeah. Absolutely. By the way, those of you who may remember back in January, I did a podcast from 702 Public School on behalf of another organization. And my very last guest with about 3 minutes to go with no voice was this guy. Yeah. And he got bitten by the bug to be on the radio.
Hey, I got an immediate question here.
Sure.
Because I'm looking to my left. You and I could not be using the entire bottle that these two used on gel.
No, not at all. No, not at all. Not even for not even for our goatees could we use that much.
Nothing would work.
No, nothing at all. There you go. So it's always reverts to the hair. I don't know why that is the case, but I guess when you're stuck between two guys who have hair, jealousy tentacles do tend to go up.
They went up.
Anyway. So welcome to the show, guys. We appreciate you taking time on a Saturday, and you're in from Cali, right, to do this? Are you visiting Vegas or?
I'm actually born and raised.
Oh, were you? Why did I think he was in Cali?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's your fault. You told me at a meeting he was coming in from Cali.
So you've seen the entire change to the city. I mean, born and bred, and
that's a topic for a whole nother show. I'll
yeah,
get him on here
really.
to talk about now you've been. This is a cheap way of asking us, but how long you been in Vegas now?
49 years.
There you go. See, it was a way of asking me his age without saying how old are you.
Still doing the math. What?
Right. So, I mean, the stuff that's a whole nother show. The things of the advancements of Vegas. We'll have to rebook you just to talk about that.
Oh, absolutely.
Because people who love Vegas love that stuff. Besides the the mafia and the mob and all that. There's no mafia here. There's never any mob. Sorry, Henry Hill. May you rest in peace. Anyway, so pre-built marketing. We're talking about a skill set that helps social media, correct? Those who are on social media. Kind of really embrace and manage their social media platforms in a much better way than most people are doing it now, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so why don't you give us a little take behind what it is specifically, and we'll go from there.
Okay, so I actually have some key points here to talk about as far as social media. There's basic stuff. I don't want to get into like real advanced techie stuff, but one thing is, as far as our first key point is people have to understand that social media marketing, unlike a lot of the traditional media, it's more of a long-term strategy, and they have to understand that. A lot of people, like to put something together and expect that they're going to grow 1,000 followers within 1 month, and it's not going to happen. So the key to having a long-term strategy, though, is actually making sure that you're always adding value. People are tired of getting sold to right?
Mhm.
Hey, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this. People like to get some information that that's actually going to benefit them.
Mhm.
So that's just a small key to one, just
Okay.
a little nugget there.
So now that from the standpoint of a business page on Facebook or a personal page, where do you instruct that philosophy?
I would say both.
Okay.
Personal and business. So my personal page has over 4,000 followers.
Okay.
I own different businesses. I own multiple businesses such as Fuka Burger. I don't know if you got a Fuka Burger. It's a Japanese style
I remember
hamburger.
when you guys first started here, I was doing my internet radio show.
Yeah.
And we were having so much fun making certain we tried to pronounce that name correctly.
Yeah, right.
So I do remember.
I always see this and I say it the other way, but how do you say it?
Fuku Burger.
Fuku
No,
Burger.
you don't. It's
Well, publicly, that's how it's said.
Fuku means lucky in Japanese. So
Oh, okay.
It's Lucky Burger. It's a Japanese style hamburger.
oh,
It's different. It's an all-American burger with a Japanese twist. It's been
And what is the twist? What makes it a Japanese burger?
a bunch of different Japanese ingredients and
Okay.
spices and stuff like that.
In the meat.
But in the meat, yeah, the meat's actually marinated.
ooh.
Yeah, but it's been on Food Network, Guilty Pleasures.
Okay.
It's been on Cooking Channel, Travel Channel. Been voted best Las Vegas like 4 years in a row.
Right on.
It's an amazing burger. Yeah, throw that.
See how easily we digress and just go all over the place on this show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but so I remember when Fuku Burger started here, and we were talking about it on my internet show way back when. That was really cool.
Yeah.
So it's both personal and business pages is where you think that this should be managed better by folks.
Absolutely.
I got a
Social
question.
media in general, yes.
Sure.
Pre-built marketing goes out to your Facebook business pages, multiple,
Okay.
and LinkedIn, Twitter, and what is coming is Instagram.
Instagram.
Oh,
In the
see-
next 30
wow.
days or so.
Okay.
30 to 60 days. But I think I said we've been saying 30 to 60 days for 36 days, so it's like any day now. Yeah.
The question I have, if I looked up on page whatever in the new Funkin' Wagnall 3rd edition,
Right. On the porch.
social media, describe social media. What is those two words? What do those two words mean?
So I don't know, I can explain exactly what those two words mean, but the difference between social media versus traditional media like TV, radio. So let's say back in the days, I'm born and raised here in Las Vegas. It used to be like, maybe 8 to 10 local radio stations back in the days, right? Maybe 15,
Mm-hmm.
right? And same thing with TV. You'd have maybe 10 to 12 local TV stations. So if someone wants to put an ad there, if they want a restaurant, they're throwing an ad on whether it's radio or TV, you have a captive audience in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
That's all, watching the local TV and the local radio. Well, things have changed so much. Now people that captive audience is now spread out all over the place. Like if you're watching, listening to the radio, now they're listening to, XM radio, satellite radio. Now they're listening to their iPods. They're listening to all kinds of different stuff.
Or
different
podcasts like
ways.
Twin Brothers from Different Mothers.
That's right.
Yeah, there you go. Podcasts and same thing with TV. Now they got Netflix, they got
Right.
HBO, they got cable, they got DirecTV. They're just that audience, that pool
Mhm.
is all over the place now. But where's that one place where everyone still goes? Where's the pool that everyone still goes to? That's the internet.
Mhm.
And that's why social media is so huge now.
Jeff, you look like you're about to say something.
No, I'm just.
I've
taking
seen
it
you
all
talk
in.
at meetings, man. I'm not used to you not talking.
No,
so-
I'm just letting it flow right now. I'll take that big deep breath and take over a 3-minute stint here in a second.
Gotcha.
The one thing that because I'm huge into social media, on all the platforms, which keep getting added. I mean, we had Facebook, then we had Instagram.
Yeah.
Don't forget about MySpace.
Now Twitter.
Remember MySpace way
is
back
gone,
when?
but Twitter is big.
Yeah.
LinkedIn is the business Facebook.
Yes.
What's in the future? What's the next big one? Are there any others that your company is long range planning for that may come to the forefront, and you're going to give a cutting edge advancement to people who get involved with your organization and your company and learn about what you guys do? Is this something you're going to say, well, look, through our research, we've noticed in the future that this is going to be another platform that we're ahead of the game on, and we suggest it's like buying a stock. You go to a stockbroker, and a broker is going to recommend from their expertise what you should be looking for, and they'll handle it. I've always been from the school that you play to your strength, you avoid your weakness. But your weakness, you find people that's their strength, you bring them on board, and you get stronger. Same thing with social media.
Mhm.
So talk a little bit more about how do people reach out to you? What do you provide for them? And describe why you're different than anyone else out there, if there are in fact other platforms, et cetera, out there.
The pre-built. Yeah.
The pre-built. Explain the pre-built.
Okay, so Prebuilt is a new social media marketing technology tool that implements artificial intelligence powered by IBM Watson. Okay, and what this thing does, it creates unique social media marketing content, and that's what takes a lot of people a long time. So here's the issue with social media for business owners. As far as a business owner, if they can't, usually a social media marketing company charges anywhere from, the beginning from like anywhere from, I would say an average of like $1,000. Okay. So for Fuka Burger, we've gone through like 3 or 4 different social media marketing companies, and Great American Foodie Fest, same thing. And we on the average charge, they used to charge about $1,000 to do one post a day.
Wow.
$1,000 a month.
$1,000 a month
Yeah.
to do one post a day. Now, most companies can't afford that. Small mom and pop restaurants can't afford that, so they got to do it themselves. Now,
Right.
here's the problem. They're not good writers. The content is terrible. So it's not captivating. It's not getting people's attention. So it's not building the followership. They're not getting the engagements, and they don't know what kind of picture, to post as far as images. They're just not a marketer, right? They're a cook. They're a restaurant owner, right? So they don't know how to do it. But so if they do it themselves, first of all, it takes them like, 5 minutes probably on the average, but some people take 10 minutes. They got writer's block. They have no idea how to word it or how to word it the right way that's going to, get people's attention.
Right.
So that's the issue.
And just real quick,
go ahead.
and I think, yes, there's the how much time does it take a day, but it's more so ritual. Ritual and routine. How many of us in personal life and business struggle to get in that routine and then make it and keep it consistent?
Yes.
We're all human, right? We have, shifts. So to automate that is crucial in business. So, that's what I
No, so absolutely. So because it takes a long time to just do one social media marketing post, they're not consistent, and they don't have the frequency that's going to be effective in social media and building their followership and building and getting that brand exposure.
Now, does engagement, you do a post, people engage, it starts to spider. Somebody will share it. If you tag their name, it goes to their page. Then there are more people sharing it. Is that an advantage? And how does pre-built work on that type of scenario?
So success is driven by engagements. The more you can get people out there to share and like and comment, the better. The more exposure you get, the more bang for your buck that you get for that one post. Now, again, the problem is putting out the good content, good visual content as well. That's going to actually get people interested. You get so much on your feed constantly, like you're constantly going through stuff, and like, yeah, same old. They see something that someone's trying to sell them stuff, right? They're like, they're selling me something. They're not going to look at that. So that's the problem with a lot of business. They don't understand that. People are getting sick and tired of being sold to. You got to do something different. Let me give you an example of how social media has changed. I was on Facebook a few months ago, and I was reading an article on Conor McGregor, UFC fighter, right? And it said five reasons why Conor McGregor dominates, the MMA world. So I started reading it. I'm like reading it. Number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 5 was his secret sports, what's that called? Supplement that he takes, right? The testosterone that gives him the edge.
Right.
So I started reading it, and then it gives you a link to the actual product. And next thing you know, I bought 3 bottles of that thing, and I just started reading an article. That's how you get people. That's the new way that you get people, is getting people interested in the content and reading more and more and more, not just saying, hey, buy this, buy this, buy this.
Right.
Would
Get hooked.
you call that a call to action button type situation, where in your post you're doing a call to action? You want them to go to the next level.
But it sounds like in the article setup, there was no direct call to action to buy the product. It was just embedded in the story.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah,
However,
you're right.
once you got to the link, I'm sure there were plenty of call to actions. Buy 2, get 1 free, get a discount you order today kind of stuff.
Well, wouldn't that be a subliminal?
Subliminal,
action?
yeah, that was the word that jumped into my head as he's telling the story, but you really don't know it until you get to number 5. You're reading all this, and I've read a couple of different stories like that on The Rock and all of that stuff, and I'm like, I don't need to buy this.
The reason why it caught my attention is because, first of all, the title caught me, was
The name,
captivating,
right.
and then the content I started reading, it was good content. It wasn't just like the 5 key things were just like a bunch of stuff they just made up to get you to go to the product. They had good writers writing that.
Right.
But that's the problem. If you have to do it yourself, it's going to take you a long time. Because it's going to take you a long time, you're going to do maybe 1 post a week.
Well,
that's not going to do nothing for your business.
Here, you mentioned
gotta stay
content.
consistent.
Yeah, absolutely, and that is key. you mentioned the content, and I tried using somebody else at one time for me, but I have my own style of posting, my own voice within the posts, and no one else can duplicate how you write. No one else can duplicate how he does what he does with his markers. Okay.
Yes.
So I found after a short time, I was not pleased with the post because they didn't have my style and my voice in it.
Wasn't your personality.
And so I literally had to take it back, and I went back to just doing all my posts because I want the words and the emotion to come out from me direct. Yeah. How do you get over that? How
do you combat that?
How do you combat that? Yeah.
So what's good about pre-built marketing is actually what this AI technology does. But first of all, the way it works is that you got to fill out a bunch of fields. So let me put it this way: if you were to meet with a social media marketing company or person, right, they're going to sit down during the consultation, and they're going to ask you a bunch of questions.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how can I help you? What industry are you in? Are you in restaurants? Are you in this? Okay. What kind of restaurant? What kind of food are you serving? What kind of, what do you want to promote? You want to promote a new chef? You want to promote a dish? You want to promote a happy hour? Like, I want to do all of that stuff. So based on all the questions and all the answers, that social media marketing person is going to be able to put it all together and create a campaign customized to reach your goals. Okay. That's exactly what this AI does.
Okay.
So you're basically answering a bunch of questions. What's a restaurant? Is it a food truck? Is it a restaurant? It's a cafe. What do you want to promote? How many days you want to do this campaign? For 30 days? You want to do it for 1 day? What's your address? What's your website?
Industries could be sponsors. There are different campaigns.
Even
Correct.
To address what Aaron had mentioned earlier, that he likes his feel, his words. My initial response to that would be, you could do that as a prelude, prefacing. You put your statement in so people know it's you, and then the filler is put in, and then you close it with something that's personalized. So people know that you're still getting your message across, but here's the message,
the disclaimer, almost the disclaimer.
Right, correct.
Gotcha.
Right, and not to get too deep into the mechanics of pre-built marketing, but it's so incredibly user-friendly. After you create the content, the ease to edit the text or edit the image, replace the image. All of my images for the real estate side of my life, Transaction Place One, all have that logo in the photo. Very easy to put up.
Branding.
Branding. Absolutely. Branding. And another way to answer that is, I really feel that pre-built marketing lives in the business page world, and you've got the organic side, which is your personal page. So throwing out a lot of your personal side and showing that's what social media is really about. It's about connecting with people, and they want to see some of the vulnerable sides of it.
And also the new thing and Aaron and I worked on this before our show last week. I said to him, and somebody had recommended it to me, you need a public figure page aside from your basic Facebook page. I mean, I've got the gallery, I've got my own, Dorothy's got her page, I've got another art studio page, but I created a public figure page because I've got over 5,000 friends. Do I know all of them? Hell no. I have no idea who
Do you
they
want
are.
to know them all?
No, I don't even want to know them all. But again, the more people you know, the more people share,
Sure.
et cetera. But where Facebook had put a limit on the amount of people you could have social media friends on Facebook, by creating a public figure page, you're unlimited and people can follow you. So what I do, and I don't know, this is probably part of what your program is, whenever I post on my personal page, if it warrants being on my public profile page, I go down, share one of the page you manage, and I do that all myself. But I'm very disciplined that every day, no matter what time of the day, and I'm sure you know that certain times of the day is better to post than other times of the day, and
resurface also. So those morning posts resurface with a comment on those
and
throughout the afternoon and
every
evening.
Time somebody comments or shares a picture or whatever, I like their page. So I'm always engaging, and people like, do you ever sleep?
While you were saying that, that's what I was thinking about. Everything that you're describing is an element of time, and if we're talking to small business owners, the time is their most viable asset.
Time is money.
It absolutely is. So it's necessary. As I look at marketing in general, small business, if you were to draw a great big circle on a white erase marker board, that's your marketing plan. You have several little circles in there that are your marketing campaigns. Only some of those circles are going to be social media. What I'm seeing more and more over the past couple of years, and the trend I don't think is going to stop, is that those social media circles are really getting bigger and bigger. I'm not here to say they're taking over all other forms of marketing. No,
Yep,
but
yep.
it's bigger and bigger, and it's a trend that's just
See,
there.
I'm in a very unique situation in so much as what I do. I'm a visual person. So I'm an artist. I will post like all the caricatures I've done of the celebrities here in Vegas and more, and I'll put the pet portraits, and I'll post them all in a post. Now people are liking individual images,
Yes.
and it just snowballs and snowballs. And I did it over a week ago. Every day people are, it's like, wait a minute, I posted this a week ago. They're still interacting.
Yep.
Before we continue, I want to just do a little bit of a reset for some of our newer viewers who are listening. You're listening to Twin Brothers from Different Mothers, coming to you from Portnoy Gallery right here in Las Vegas, Nevada. It is about 12:30 p.m. Pacific time. You are listening to our guests, Jeff Keach to my right and Noel Casimaro, this co-founder of Pre-Built Marketing, and we're talking about social media and how to take advantage of it, as quite frankly, even understanding what social media is. We'll get back to these guys in a second, as I do have a little piece of business to take care of. Tomorrow, Sunday, March 31st, ladies and gentlemen, if you've ever entertained becoming part of a pageant, this is your opportunity. Tomorrow, Sunday, March 31st, come get registered to participate in the Miss Fabulous Las Vegas Beauty Pageant. It's a unique beauty pageant focusing on finding your fabulous inside and out. Categories ranging from women and young ladies 8 to 60 plus, and men 21 to 55. There will be entertainment by local celebrities such as Peter Love, Kendra Daniels, Yev Milandra, and more. Food will be provided by Fiesta Mexicana. Plus, you'll also have the opportunity to meet the host of the pageant for July 28th. Christine Stokes and some guy named Aaron Phillips will be hosting that pageant.
I'm too old.
Miss Fabulous's benefactors for the event is Commentary and Aiden's Army. Bring a fabulous donation tomorrow, such as toiletries, clothing, toys, and cash. For more information, please call or text Ellen at 702-881-8702 or go to their website at www.fabulouscrowns.com.
Wow, that's a mouthful. How come I'm too old? They don't have a senior. Everybody's doing senior tours. Maybe I can do a senior tour.
There's no senior pageants out
No.
there?
Well, not at this point, but I'm sure if there's more of a calling. But, 21 to 55, I'm barely eligible because I turned 55 in July. So maybe they think beauty stops at 55. What do I know for men?
Just quick clarification.
Yes.
I'm not actually a founder. I'm a brand partner.
Oh, okay.
A good friend of mine, actually a business partner of mine, is actually the founder. Pete
Gotcha.
Pena.
Well, that's his fault. He told me co-founder. So, I take my knowledge where
He
I get
liked
it
the
from.
company so much, he bought it.
What's the founder's name again?
Pete Pena. Pete Pena.
Pete Pena?
Yeah. Pete
There
Pena.
you go. Hey, Pete. Hope you're watching. We'll send you an invoice for marketing.
He's probably watching because he corrected him. And
He
said,
sent him a
Just
quick
got a text down here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
what happened?
Exactly. Get it right, will you? You're out. Anyway, so here's what comes to mind. I actually had this conversation with you privately at one of the recent meetings. To me, from understanding it because of our conversations, most people may be familiar with a platform called Hootsuite.
Yes.
Talk about
Yes.
similarities, differences, what pre-built marketing provides that they don't. Kind of do a little comparison because I know a lot of people out there are familiar with Hootsuite.
Is that at Hooters?
It's sweet for sure. It's
a
definitely-
Hootsuite.
Right.
They have,
They set you aside and you eat
It's
by yourself.
upstairs. It's got a balcony.
Oh, it's
That's
upstairs with a
parent
balcony.
company. That's
Good, all
a
right,
parent
just-
company.
Right, it's a parent company. Right, exactly. So let's talk about the differences of that or similarities.
Yeah, huge difference. You don't mind me going over this?
No, please take over.
So, huge difference.
Thanks for your 2
Hootsuite,
cents, Jeff.
Hootsuite's it's a platform or social media platform where you can actually write the content and then shoot it out to several different social media marketing platforms all at one time.
Okay.
Right. Multiple. Now, pre-built marketing does have that functionality with Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. We are adding Instagram as well. Developers are working around the clock to add that on there. But what Hootsuite doesn't do, it doesn't create content. Again, that's where the holdup is. That's the biggest challenge for people who are doing their own social media marketing is creating good content, creating the pictures and the content to go with that. So the post gets the engagements and the likes and the comments and
So the correct me if I'm wrong. The design capability that you bring to the table, opposed to what they do, you can design the post with images, with words, with branding. They don't do that.
yes, and it will schedule all posts out to LinkedIn. LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook.
Over 30 days.
Over 30
Over 30
days,
days,
all at
yeah.
the same time. Now, let me give you an example of what this thing
Sure.
does, this technology. So what normally takes one person to do a social media marketing post, on the average, is about maybe 3 to 5 minutes to do one post for their business, right? With this technology, I can create 30 to 60 social media marketing posts, all unique, 30 unique social media marketing posts, okay, within 10 minutes.
30 to 60.
No,
30 to 60.
Truly
within,
60. So 2 posts a day
Yeah.
over that 30-day
in
period.
10 minutes.
I've got a question. Who do they go out to? Because when we create posts, we do it to our friends list.
Mhm.
Is this the same type thing to your friends list, or is it capable of Facebook adding target marketing? You know, this age group, this interest,
Oh, sure.
so people that you don't know
Can see it.
can see it, and that's the advantage over what you yourself would be able to do without buying a Facebook ad.
Well, so Facebook, as far as a personal page, they do not allow any kind of third-party technology to tap into a personal page. It has to be done only on a business page.
Okay.
Okay. You gonna say something?
No, just agreeing with you in that. Well, no, go ahead. Go ahead. I had another point to make, but go ahead.
Yeah, but so you cannot do a boost on the actual technology with the technology pre-built marketing, but once you do the post, then you can choose which one you want to boost and invest in, and then choose the demographics. You want to do 15 to 30
From
You
your
know,
site, you can pick the demographic market.
on the Facebook page.
Oh, right. On the Facebook
On the
page when
Facebook.
you boost in, right, when you boost the
Yes.
post. Okay.
So the problem is a lot of people, when they own a business page, they're just advertising and boosting in all their posts.
Right.
What I like to do, so I own another company called the Great American Foodie Fest. It's a big food festival out
Which there just happens to be one coming up in a couple of weeks.
there. April 25th or 28th, by the way. It's
Plug,
Sunset
plug,
Station.
plug.
Where's it going to be?
Where's it going to be?
Sunset Station.
There you go.
Okay.
So we grew this the following on our Facebook page. We have 73,000 followers. Okay. Now what I like to do, I like to put out a bunch of different posts, and then find out and wait to see which one's getting the most likes, engagements,
And then tailor everything
comment,
from
and
there.
that's the one I'm going to boost.
Gotcha.
The one that's already people are that
Engaging in.
Exactly.
Right.
That's the
That
one
makes
I'm not
total
gonna,
sense.
I'm not going to boost something that's not getting any kind of engagement.
The one question I have, when you say boost or what your company does, I'm looking at Facebook. Does it come up as a sponsored? Does it come up on the right hand side as an ad? Click here. Or is it like car gurus that, I looked at one Mercedes,
Right.
now I don't know whether they're listening in on my microphone
Yeah,
or
exactly.
watching what I'm doing, because every 2 minutes I get another Mercedes that's for sale.
No, there is that technology.
Trackers.
If you talk it,
Mhm.
you say a certain keyword. If you say a certain keyword, it'll actually catch that, and you'll start seeing
That's what happens.
different ads. It's scary.
So
Yeah.
from
Scary.
pre-built marketing, other than Facebook, what other platforms are available to connect to that pre-built can go to?
LinkedIn and Twitter.
Yes.
Right now.
That's it, just the three.
Yes.
The
Okay.
three and again the 30 to 60 days out, and I know we've been saying that for a while, but it is Instagram.
Well,
Well,
keep in mind the technology is only 4 to 5 months old.
Right, so
It's
it's new,
brand
it's
new,
learning. And here's my question with Twitter, because I have a Twitter account. I don't use it like Donald Trump. I mean, I don't use it like Mercedes in the morning here in Las Vegas. She's always tweeting. I'm always getting.
Yeah.
I would love to. I don't have the time. That one, I do not have the time to sit there and go. I got black shoes on today. Isn't it wonderful? How many people out there?
And I
got black
really
shoes?
only use it.
like really.
And I really only use it to repost our links to our podcasts. So, but that begs me a question though. If Facebook only connects to the business page, is there any restrictions to Twitter or LinkedIn in terms of the type of page it can connect to? Because they don't offer business pages
No,
per se.
it's
Just-
your
So it's just your
personal.
logon,
Yeah,
basically.
correct. Yes,
Okay,
correct.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And can it be multiple logons in one platform? Like I have 2 Twitter accounts and 2 LinkedIn accounts, or
Yes.
Also, for Facebook, you can do multiple accounts. For LinkedIn and Twitter, it can only be the platform technology only allows one.
Let me ask you a
One for
question.
each.
One,
Can people, reach out to you, and we'll get all your contact info to share with our audience,
we'll ask them to share that here in a second.
and say specifically, I'm okay on Facebook. I'm all right. My LinkedIn needs a little work. I need it designed or written better to get more people to look in certain groups, because they tell you in LinkedIn, go to the groups, look at the groups and find out people in your specific field and try to friend them and reach out to them. But Twitter's a little different cat. Twitter is like, all right, you know what? At Neil Portnoy, at Aaron Phillips, The Voice. I mean, is there a way that your organization, your company can target market people that you need to connect with, that they will, follow you? I guess is that the right word? Follow on Twitter? They need to follow you to see your post. How do you get them to follow you?
Well, unfortunately, the technology does not have that. As
Okay.
far as you can actually target certain demographics, it doesn't have.
It's more of a Twitter function.
Yeah.
I'm saying Twitter
So
function. Yeah.
So how would you get more Twitter followers? Do
I
you do it-
myself am not even on Twitter, so I've never seen the platform, never been on it myself, and I know Instagram a little
So
bit.
you don't tweet for what we speak.
I do not tweet for what we speak. I'm mainly a Facebook
Oh.
guy. And from just a quick comment, as a business owner, again, time being your most valuable asset. If one platform is going to take, let's just call it a chunk of time in your day every day,
Yep.
then all these different platforms, I might suggest the thing that I've heard from most social media coaches for small business is pick one and target that one platform and really become an expert at it and really use it. Facebook seems to be the best. I've heard some opinions say Instagram, LinkedIn is definitely great for business to business,
See,
but I still think Facebook is in the.
You're falling right into my next question. If you have time, well, that's why people would come to you, because they
Yes.
don't have that time.
Exactly.
Correct.
So that's why my question is, I'm okay social media wise with Facebook. I'm not with LinkedIn and I'm not with Twitter. I just don't have the time to do that. But you could do that. My follow-up question to that would be, well, how do we target who I want to reach there? Do I still have to do the work and friend all these people and research who I want this message to go out to? Or is that something that you guys would do, or that the organization would help you learn how to do? You see where I'm going with that?
You want to take that one? I think pre-built marketing and the platform that it is, I would say the answer is no. It's a tool that serves a certain function. Now, backing
Okay.
up from that into talking about with anyone that has an opinion all the way to a coach, all the way to a company, I think those services are out there. And that's kind of the original thing that you started with, Noel, talking about was social media marketing companies at the very minimum are $1,000 a month. I'm aware of a property management company out here in town that back in November stroked a check for $50,000. And take your breath away, right?
Well,
I mean, let's see the
again-
bells and whistles there.
Again, discussing what we're discussing in the way you grow a business. And listen, I've been in Vegas 3 years, and people are like, how would you get to this level in only 3 years? You do it by partnering.
Hmm.
It's a keyword.
Leveraging relationships.
Leveraging, building
Absolutely,
relationships,
yeah.
partnering. My question, Noel, would be, are there, and I know there are, and I don't know whether the company has researched this, but there are companies that would address the issue that I just mentioned about, do I have to do this? Are there companies out there that would do that for me, that would partner with you so that we took care of part A, you guys are part B, and part 3 puts the whole thing together for me? Is it something that you guys would look at in the future to say, all right, you know what? We're hearing from our customer base, and our customer base is throwing this out at us, that this is an issue they have with getting, who do I contact? How do I contact? Blah, 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 blah. The ultimate bottom line is, I've now got a company that will distribute. I just have to get those, constant contact names for that distribution network. Are there companies, you see where I'm going with this?
Yes.
Are there companies out there that you could partner with that would address that issue of someone like myself with the issue that I just brought up?
There are two. That question almost seemed like it was in two part. Like, would pre-built ever evolve, or is there even another function of Noel's companies? But there are two companies that are in our organization that have done a lot of research. They're marketing companies,
Sure.
and they wanted to research pre-built to put it into their wheelhouse of marketing that they've already got.
Sure.
So to answer your question, yes, those entities are already putting databases together into CRMs and then moving over into the social media sector and increasing those friends
The
and
only
then
reason
boosting the targets.
One
Yes.
of the reasons I bring that up, in fact, Dorothy and I are having our house painted,
Mm-hmm.
and I get this guy Juan. He's a wonderful guy, and I don't know his last name, but
2.
2. 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Sorry. Sorry.
Oh,
It's just
boy.
there. I had to take
Wow,
that.
you're gonna get me to turn the direction
Send
now.
those-
Nicely done. Yeah.
Exactly.
The one thing I brought up with him was, somebody said once, well, can you do that? You never say no. Can you do that? You never say no. You say yes and then figure it out. So, somebody says, well, can you do that? And what I heard was, no, we don't do that. The proper way is to say, yeah, we can do that. And when you're off air going, "Gee, how the hell do we do that? Who do we know that can do
That's
that?"
right.
But
Committed
you
ourselves.
see what I'm saying? You grow your industry, you grow your business by always saying this.
Is that what
Yes.
Kennedy felt like after that speech in '62?
Yes, right.
We're going to the moon.
We're going to the moon. Yeah, we'll figure it out
guys.
later.
Just a really big slingshot. By the way, our good friend Ron Cooper is in the chat room, and he has also answered the same questions that you asked these guys. Yes, there are companies that do that, and he is, when Ron gets into something, because we had him on the show a couple of weeks ago. He just dives in full force. So he just signed on this week, and earlier one of his posts were when we were talking about time.
Yeah, right.
I'm
going to break the record. I saw that.
No. That's the number of viewers that we're going to watch within the hour. But he said it took him about 60 minutes to get set up and get organized and got his first post out. So I replied back to him, well, that's first time learning curve. Now, I would think that would vary based on your knowledge and comfort with computers and programs. And not saying Ron isn't.
Yeah.
So
but doesn't that make all the sense in the world? I mean, if somebody says, "Look, can you do that?" And you listen, we learn something new every day.
Absolutely.
Maybe that was a learning thing here. Somebody says, "Can you do it?" Of course we can do that. Hey, how the hell do we do that?
I was going to say, one thought from a podcaster standpoint is because we don't just use Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. I've got all the audio sites that I post our podcasts on. So if I had one location to post the podcast link somewhere and tell it to go to iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, etc., that would make my life a lot easier as well. Not just to the three, but as a podcaster, I'm also on all these other sites. Would make things better.
Basically building subsidiary companies. I mean, you're entrepreneurial. You've got this FU burger.
Fuku burger.
Well, that's what it said. I'm just reading.
And I was on the air.
Reading the thing.
Was it Fuku Burger's been around 7, 8, 9 years now, right? Ricky Cash and I, Vegas
I'm
Unwrapped.
I'm going
when it
in
hit
now.
the newspaper. I'm just letting our audience know I was on the air when news broke that Fuku Burger was coming to Vegas, and then before the show, putting it all together as to who he is as the owner. It's crazy how what things go around come around.
And Aaron,
I'm one of the owners.
It's okay.
There's a few partners with Fuku Burger.
You're here. You're the owner. That's it.
Well, Colin Fukunaga is the guy who started it. I just want to throw that out.
Colin Fukunaga.
Fukunaga. Yeah.
And going back to what you were saying about
Don't
Ron.
say those names drunk, by the way. Go ahead.
Right, and fast, yeah, and backwards. Ron is, if I can say it, he and I have had a lot of dialogue about social media and tremendous about LinkedIn. And he really researched the product. It took over a month and dove in. And that's 60 minutes to create that campaign of anywhere from 30 to 60 posts posted out over a 30-day time period. He should be getting that down anywhere from about 20 minutes to half an hour. Like I will take even now to create a campaign from scratch.
Right.
I will probably spend about an hour to an hour and a half and bring in all new photos, all new images from the internet based on the content that pre-built creates. That gives me my theme. And then I'm going to insert my logo and the whole bit. And I do that all within that program. I don't do it in a separate program and bring it in. It all has that function.
Gotcha.
So if I'm looking at that, I probably take it to what I would call the extreme, an hour and a half a month for each campaign. So if I 4 campaigns a month, if I'm putting it out there between transaction place one, pre-built marketing, and maybe some other things that, I've got my hands into.
Right.
Let's make the analogy to a house. And I get everybody looking at me like, where the hell is he going now?
So what else is new?
What pre-built is your foundation.
Correct.
Now we have to put floors on. If we do not have a solid foundation,
Absolutely.
I don't care what floor you put, you can always make adjustments and corrections and levels and whatever. So I would highly recommend people reaching out to you guys and get your foundation in place. Now, once the foundation is in place for the consumer, and those are the people that will be calling you, my one suggestion as a business owner and someone who's been very entrepreneurial my whole career is to research further, how can I entrepreneurially add to my organization to make it a buffet where I can now select different items for a flat fee and then charge your consumers. All right, this is package number 1, your foundation. Yes, we have outlets to be able to do what you've asked me to do, and you've done your homework on it, so now they're partnering with you and they're partnering with you, and what you're doing is creating your skyscraper.
Skyscape, new word. You heard it here first time.
Skyscaper.
Twin brothers from different mothers.
I'd like to buy a vowel.
Listen, we're only about 9 minutes
Sure.
left, so finish up your question. We have
So
place.
my question would be
Chop, chop.
is to offer more services along with your base product of what you do, which is a great base product.
I couldn't agree with you more. We're not here really to talk about the real estate side of my life, but Transaction Place One is a company where the real estate agent is our client.
Right.
Talking about transaction coordinating and managing a real estate purchase or sale, it gets boring after about 5 to 6 minutes, I can assure you. So our absolute style of growing the business is with a coaching style, and that coaching style can't go forward unless it has content and value,
Right.
whether it's conversational, philosophical, strategic, the things you can't touch, all the way over to the tools. And that's how I found pre-built marketing, was in my search in the real estate world to bring content to real estate agents. And of course, this has completely opened up my world here with pre-built
Absolutely.
marketing to any small business.
Now, before we lose time, because I want to make sure, and I have a follow-up question, give contact information, yours, whoever, for those who I know will have questions and want to test drive this.
What's that?
Contact. Who
How to
do
reach
they reach you?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'd say website-wise.
I didn't mean to trick you there, Noel.
Yeah, that was a trick question there. I don't know if there's anything I might flash up, and it's a little bit long, but prebuiltsolutions.prebuiltmarketing.com is a great 3.5 minute video. Prebuiltsolutions.prebuiltmarketing.com. And it's got a great entry video. Plus, we can communicate from there. There's a tremendous amount of information to set up a video conference and arrange a video demo. If it took as much as 20 minutes, I'd be surprised. So you can be in your location and everything. So
one thing we didn't mention is something that's so important that we need to emphasize. So once you fill out all the information, it's going to take about 10 minutes to create 30 to 60 posts. Okay. Now, of course, you want to tweak it up. You want to change the text and add more personality to it. You can change it for your images. Let's say it took you a minute to revise everything, and you have 30 posts. So what? 30 minutes, you're done, right? But like Jeff said, if you want to add more and do more things to it, it could take you maybe up to an hour and a half. But here's what happens, guys. Once you are done and you are ready to schedule it, you click schedule all. It's going to schedule 30 to 60 posts on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Okay, now, as these posts are going live, the AI, the artificial intelligence powered by IBM Watson, kicks in and gets, sees the real live results and see which ones are getting more engagements and which posts are not. And it'll also find other posts out there related to your post that's getting more likes, more engagements, and it's going to tweak up the content. So the next time you do another 30-day campaign for the same company, the wording, the verbiage, even the timing it's going to post in days are going to get better.
It's going to auto-correct.
It's going to get better. It's going to get better and better and better and better. That's what I want to, bring home.
Now, cost per month, how is this priced for someone to take advantage of this?
So thank you for mentioning that.
That's why I'm here.
So we pay, with my restaurants and my other businesses, we normally pay $1,000 for a social media marketing company to do one post, right? With pre-built marketing, you can do multiple. So if you're a restaurant, you can do one a 30-day campaign for a new restaurant or something that's promoting a new dish or a happy hour or a chef or 2-for-1. You can do multiple posts. Now, it used to cost us $1,000 on the average for one post a day. Pre-built marketing is less than $130 a month. Think it'll save you some money? Absolutely.
Save you some money and make you money.
Now, let me ask you a question.
And time.
Potentially.
And time.
Are there contracts that you can opt in, opt out, or is it you sign
Just
an
month to
agreement?
Month to month.
Oh, that's a good deal then.
Yeah.
Now, you can test market yourself and see if it's working for you.
Well, that using the word test was my next question. Is there like a demo period that someone can use it for a month or a couple of weeks to try it out before they decide to get involved for their business?
No, but Jeff and I will come meet you. If anyone's listening to this that wants to see a live demo, we will do a live demo for your business. We will create 30 unique marketing posts, okay, for 30 days, and we'll do a live demo absolutely free at no cost, okay? And it'll take us about, like Jeff said, 15 to 20 minutes. That's it, and we'll do a live demo for you right in front of your eyes.
It's amazing how efficient it is.
Now,
it's shocking. I knew within the first 3 to 4 minutes that it was ever presented to me last October, middle of October. I was already in that hunt for social media value. I myself was diving into increasing my knowledge of social media, which was the novice as of last summer, and it's probably just above novice now and dangerous. But I knew instantly that it was going to fit in the wheelhouse of what I wanted to use to grow my company and the kind of content and valuable tool that I wanted to forward out to my real estate agents.
Okay, so you knew there was a match for your business
instantly.
Now, that long, elongated website link thing for videos and everything, just give an email or phone number that's easy for them to contact you or Noel, whoever.
Prebuiltsolutions@gmail.com. Again, prebuiltsolutions@gmail.com.
You don't want to give a number?
Sure, 702-767-3585. And if anyone wants to text anything absolutely hilarious, I won't get mad. I appreciate a good laugh. So just make it maybe a reasonable hour at night. So
There you go. There you go. All right. So last comments, because we are just about up against the hour already. Good time flies when you're having fun. Closing comments, thoughts. If someone's on the fence right now thinking about, I should do this, I shouldn't do this, in 30 seconds or less, give somebody the pitch as to why they should at least come forward and set up at least a demo with you guys.
It's going to be first of all, it's going to save you a lot of money, and it's also going to save you a lot of time. I own multiple businesses, and it's saved me so much time and energy with this. It's amazing. I can spend more time with my kids, my wife. I can do so much more instead of spending hours and hours and hours thinking about creating the social media marketing content for all of my businesses. I'd be working late nights and weekends. That's what I'd be doing. So from an entrepreneur who owns several businesses, trust me, it's worth it, guys.
I'm working late nights and weekends. What the hell am I doing wrong?
You're still working. That's the thing.
It's got to be the love of your business.
I do love what I do.
By the way, speaking of families, did you send your family away that they're not sitting here in the gallery with us? Did you give them like a couple of dollars and said, hey, go play in the traffic?
I gave them the Portnoy pop quiz. They left.
They got nervous and left. Yeah,
Okay.
I think they went to grab a bite and hopefully they got me some to go.
All right. Well, that's cool. I thought maybe you sent them away somewhere. Anyway, hey, before I forget, I mentioned the event tomorrow, but silly me, I mentioned where and what time. So if you want to come down to the registration event, by the way, if you do come down tomorrow and register for the pageant, there is going to be a discount offered on the registration fee of almost 50% off the registration fee. So tomorrow's the day to do it. It's called the Miss Fabulous Las Vegas Networking Pre-Registration Event tomorrow, 3 to 7 p.m. at Madame et Monsieur, and as the landmark, it's across from Spearmint Rhino, just happens to be coincidental. 3355 South Highland Avenue here in Vegas, 89109. So come on down. I will be there. Come say hello to me. And I get all the hard gigs because I'm going to be surrounded not only by my wife, who's a beautiful woman now, and she always was beautiful, but now I get these other beautiful women I get to hang out with tomorrow. I get all the tough gigs.
Do we know what the viewer count was?
On this? As soon as we sign off, Neil will be able to bring it up, or I'll be able to bring it up as soon as we hit click.
Okay, Ron, I'm hoping we got you, man.
Do you have the ability to see on yours like you did the other?
No, I tried it earlier. I mean, if I go to the video here, it doesn't do anything.
No, it usually will kick. Once I hit end broadcast in a process, then that'll get the number.
Break the record for viewers
within the first hour. And Ron was gracious enough, by the way, to actually be part of your podcast to help with those numbers.
Yes.
So I hope you appreciate that.
I appreciate that. I was a viewer on his, so yeah, no, we're.
Yep. So it was good. All right, gentlemen, thank you. So, and I know we scratched the surface. We by no means touched on all the meat and potatoes of what pre-bill can do for businesses. However, I'm hoping and I believe, Neil, correct me if I'm wrong, I think we've put enough out there for the door to be open that many of the entrepreneurs who are in this chat room and then some, and who'll watch on the podcast and listen, should by all means reach out and learn more and at least get a demo set up.
We asked the right questions. That's the key. As interviewers, we ask the questions that the general public would ask, and we get the answers. There are many more questions that our viewers and listeners will have. We've given you contact info to reach out to these gentlemen. Do yourself a flavor.
Flavor?
Do it, yeah.
Flavor of the month?
I don't know, because I can't, names.
It's that Boston accent.
Yeah. I can park the car in the Harvard Yard.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. All right. So with that, hopefully next week's guest I'm hoping to confirm with him during the week. He's a little under the weather, but for those of you who follow NCAA basketball, 1989, the Michigan Wolverines and Seton Hall were in the finals.
Is he coming?
Well, I texted with him this morning because I really wanted to formally announce it, but he's been dealing with he's very, very sick right now. But I'm going to put it out there that he will be with us next Saturday.
Do we have a very small, low chair because he's 6'8" or 9 or something?
We can sit him on the ground. But if you remember watching that game, there was one individual who took the game-winning shot for the Wolverines to win the national championship, and his name was Sean Higgins. Yep. He also went on to a successful NBA career. He lives here in Vegas, and now he's got his own sports scouting company. But if all goes well and he's healthy enough, Sean will be with us hopefully next week to talk about his business. We'll talk about the tournament and all of his experiences. So, Sean, get well, because now that I've announced it, you have no choice but not to be here. See, that's how we do things around
And
there.
Sean could get a great boost by using pre-built marketing.
There you go.
And scouting
for
business out there.
Absolutely. Listen, you
We'll
tie one.
talk
and
to you next week, Sean.
Absolutely. So that does it for us this week. Next time we speak, it's going to be April. It's going to be April. You realize Monday's April Fool's Day?
You guys saved the best podcast of the quarter
for you guys.
today.
Purposely planned.
I appreciate you. Yeah,
Because hopefully,
yeah.
if all goes well, Jeff and I need to finish up talking. These guys will become hopefully a regular sponsor of the show for a couple of months.
Yeah,
and
look
can
how many
keep getting
people we
message out.
reached. We had over 1,000 people
Within a week total.
within a week total
Yeah.
of new viewers, not just our regulars and hi to all our regulars.
By the way, I've been getting reviews on that other page you've been talking about that you set up with me last week, my
Yeah.
public profile
And?
page. I've got reviews, and actually I got one from somebody who listens to us in Europe.
Wow,
So
your public figure page.
my public
What is
page.
that page, by the way?
Aaron Phillips, The Voice. Come out there, and you'll just kind of see snippets of my public life, doing all kinds of
Yeah,
stuff.
we don't want to see you snippets of your personal life.
No, well, I can take a picture of my eye and make that real personal.
Oh, we're
You
going to
already-
end with
you already
that.
did. I saw the
I know,
picture.
that was a surgery. All right. For our studio audience, give yourselves a round of applause. Yay, our studio. We love live audiences. Anytime, come on down. More importantly, when you do come down, make sure you leave enough time to spend time in the gallery to see the works of Neil Portnoy.
Amazing place down
right? I mean,
amazing.
Oh, yeah.
every time I walk in here, and I've been coming here almost 3 years, I see something new that I didn't see the last time. And it's great to be part of this. I am honored to be on the wall of
The Portnoy Wall of Honor.
Portnoy Wall of Honor.
Yep.
So have you been Portnoy is the question. So come on down any Saturday that we're here, and we would love to have you part of our audience. Okay, so yes,
In closing,
closing,
my little character
Doofus
is now
on a cruise.
on a cruise.
I saw that.
It's just unbelievable. This guy makes it everywhere.
He goes everywhere.
I've been doing this little cartoon character since I was 5 years old.
Yeah.
And Diane, one of our studio guests, now takes him to bed with her, and that. Well,
Take what?
I didn't mean him that way.
Wait a minute,
no,
Diane and Doofus.
has
You're a couple.
has breakfast in the morning, and she props him
Is that
up,
what she now calls it? As Doofus? What?
takes him for a ride in the car, puts his seatbelt on. It's crazy. This guy is, when I go to
He's more popular than you are.
He
Let's
really
just say
is.
it where it is.
In the future, there will be memorabilia. There'll be new merchandise. Where is Doofus shirts?
Wow.
And that's in the works right now.
Right on. All right. Have a great week, everybody. From all of us, be safe on April Fool's Day, which is Monday. Don't fall for any jokes or anything that could hurt you. Have a great week from all of us here, Twin Brothers from
I'm
Different
showing up
Mothers.
here on Monday for a podcast.
Don't show up Monday. You'll be very lonely.
April 1st.
There you go. Well, you still be lonely. There won't be a podcast here. For Jeff, for Noel, for my partner, Neil, I am Aaron Phillips. Thank you for watching. Please reshare us and check us out on podcasts. Have a great week from Twin Brothers from Different Mothers.